All right, we're just about live. We probably are live, but it just hasn't told me yet, but that's okay. Here we go. Thinking about it. All right, very good. So we are officially live. So I'm gonna tell you a couple things before we get started. And that is that, first of all, my internet is kind of wonky today. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna probably have those moments. So just get ready for them. And I'll just, if you guys will patiently work through it, that you know how it is. They come, I freeze, and then it goes away. And then I also am having some incredible shocks today. For those of you that don't know, I'm an amputee. I had an amputation of my right leg above the knee about 5 years ago. And every once in a while, I get these really weird shocks. It's called phantom pain. And they're shocks that go like zooming down my leg and hit my toe that's not there. So it feels like somebody's like tased me, and I get this incredible like lightning bolt that goes down and ends at my toe. So if I jump and say like a dirty word really fast, that's that's why, because I just had a shock. And it is instantaneous. It only lasts about 0.5 seconds. It's not anything that's sustained, but it just is so fast and it hurts so much that it'll get me up out of my chair because it's a good shock. And then I'll be right back where I was. So just if I do that, if I jump up a little bit and maybe say a dirty word, that was why, because I had a big shock. It's been shocking me pretty good. So
that's what you say, errors and omissions accepted.
They're very good. And the occasional wordy dirt. But anyway, we're going to go through today and just kind of tie up in a bow everything that we did. You know that we've gone through and we've talked about the subject line and how important the subject line is, and some tips and tricks to be able to get that hook to people coming in. We talked about the body, and that you need to use your own flair and personality in there. And you can decide if you want it to be long or short, if you want to have pictures or not, if you want to do an HTML email, or if you want to do a plain text email. All of that is, there's not really a wrong way to do it except to be a pushy marketer. I think that's probably maybe a wrong way to do it. But your flair, your personality needs to be in there, and you need to every once in a while have fun and put some funny stuff in there. My mantra is value, value, offer, value, value, offer. So when you send out your email campaigns, you're giving value in the email. The next one is value in the email. The next one is an offer in the email, along with the story. You know, you don't want to just throw in an offer and that's the only thing you have in your email. So you can do a little story and then put your offer down at the bottom. You can always put links in there, and you can put those links into your blog. You can put those links into your website, whatever you want to do, even an affiliate link if you want to. And you want a link in there because when they open that email, you want them to click something. So if you're giving them value, then provide a link and maybe lead them to some more value. So if you like what I just talked about today, here's a link to send you to something that will supplement what I just said. And use PLR to help prompt you for stories and stuff like that. Use spam that's in your spam folder. Look at how they've put together emails and do the things that you like. Don't do the things that you don't like, right? And as long as you're being yourself and you're true and authentic, there's going to be people that don't like your emails for sure, but there will be people that love your emails because they're going to start to really, really love you. So just do it is what I'm telling you. Just do it, and you will figure out what works for you. And use those catchy subject lines, and make sure you keep track of spam words to stay out of the spam words. And I think your emails will do fine. The name of the game, though, is to make sure it gets into that inbox. And to do that, we know that we need to stay away from the spam words in the subject and in the body. We need to know that, we're sending it to people that really do want to open our email. So they've joined our list as a double opt-in, which means they definitely want to be there, right? They've done 2 actions to get on there, so they definitely want your email. And then the next thing is to make sure that you build emails that they're going to open and that they will click on links. right? So you're going to be speaking to your audience and giving them something that they want so that they will open the emails and they will click the links, okay? So then we went through and we did a complete, am I frozen? I'm frozen again. Am I frozen? How am I doing, you guys? Okay, good, good, good. I was thinking I was frozen for a minute. But the other thing we did was we went through and built a subscription list, and we built an email marketing sequence. And then we went through and set it up on the website so that we could get the opt-in. And so you saw that whole setup. And we talked about all the different things about setting it up like that. And then we went through yesterday and went through the entire process of purchasing a domain, setting up the name servers, setting up the verified email and verified domain, and then setting up the list and the sequence, and then setting up the website. And we went all the way through that, and everything worked like a charm. There's only one thing that was not working. And when we signed up, it was supposed to send us to the thank you page on the confirmation email. And it actually sent us what looked like the email confirmation page again. And what it was it was actually the thank you page, but it said email confirmation page. I just didn't change that wording to say thank you page. So it's actually going to the correct page. It just didn't say the correct thing. So actually it worked exactly right. It was user error, not system error. So that makes it even better because we know that the system works like really well. It was just a mistake Shelly made. and that's most of the time, you guys, with me being so busy helping people, that's probably now with all the glitches and stuff that they're fixing, that's usually about 85 to 90% of the time now it's user error. So that's fantastic because when I first joined Builderall, that's what it was. Then for a while it went down and it was the system errors, all kinds of system errors as we were changing the platform so much. But now it's going back up to user error. And now I'd say it's probably 85 to 90% user error. So far, you guys, tell me what you're thinking about this course, how you're feeling, and if you have anything that you have issues with. Wait, don't everybody speak at once.
I'll start the party.
Okay, you start the party.
Like I said yesterday, Shelly, you know, I mean, for like the entire week up until yesterday, I was just trying to keep up, you know?
Right.
And I still had questions from before even the boot camp started, but yesterday, it just started to click. I think, I can't remember exactly where we were, but like everything just became clear in my mind. And I'm not, you know, I'm visual. I'm a visual creator, right? Mm-hmm. And when I could see it, you know, like, you know how you see the movies and everything just starts, you know, like, I don't know, you know what I mean, right? Yesterday, it started clicking for me. So yeah, I love these classes. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. I'm so glad, Claude. Very, very glad. Judy, I think you wanted to say something, and then David.
Yeah, I did. I'm loving this course, and I'm so grateful that we've got replays because I'm visual as well, and you can tell me 6 times, but I have to see it, and then I go, oh yes, now I got it. And one thing I wanted to ask was, I have one of the websites that hasn't been verified yet, but I want to use that website for the affiliate page, and I saw somewhere that I could have my own affiliate page, but now I can't find it.
Yeah, it's if you go to the Builderall business area and then go down to affiliate resources, I think it says, or affiliate funnels, affiliate funnels. On that page, there's a connect domain button, and you connect your domain to Builderall there instead of connecting it right on the website, or like a website that you would make.
Oh,
you connect it there, and then every single pre-made funnel that's in there will actually have your domain name in there for the link.
Okay, so connecting there. Fantastic. Okay, I'm on the roll.
Good. And then when you need a professional email from there, when you connect the domain and it's connected, there's an email button, and it'll stay gray until that domain's connected. And then once it's connected, that email button will be available, and you can create professional emails on that domain that you connected to your affiliate links.
Oh, fabulous. Okay. Awesome.
Yay. That was an easy one. All right, David?
I love it when Judy's happy.
I know, me too. I love it when everybody's happy.
Yeah. No, I'm like Judy and Claude, very visual and try to listen at the same time. I have learned a huge amount. Don't get me wrong. Right? I'd be following along, lovely, and then you get these technical questions out of nowhere, and that's me gone. Unfortunately,
yeah, I agree.
Unfortunately, that happens. And in the middle of your flow, I'm being very constructive about this now. I'm not complaining. Not anybody here or anybody that's not here. I am not complaining. I'm being constructive.
Right. Absolutely. And what's going to happen, no doubt, as these boot camps get bigger, I'll actually have to shut down questions pretty much almost completely until the end. And these are going to get bigger because they're getting ready to put the boot camp on the main dashboard. So they will start to get bigger and bigger and bigger as people are finding the boot camps. So unfortunately, when we get to those bigger classes where we've got more than just the one screen of people, I will have to kind of shut down all questions until the very end. This has been more of a loosey-goosey because we don't have that many in here. But soon it will have to be really, really tightly held because they'll just be people that are using it for support if I release those questions.
That's the thing. Like the second day, I think it was a great day. You were finished and all in an hour. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody, I was watching people and everybody homed in.
You guys were excited, but I was kind of sad. I was like,
no, it was great. I learned so much. And then the following, now again, no disrespect to anybody. No, like I'm just calling it as it is. Unfortunately, a lot of people give out to me. I always say it as it is. I try to be truthful about things. A lot of people don't like that, know. So anyway, thank you very much and well done. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you for your input. All this has been fabulous, and we'll keep making it better and better, David, I promise. Any other questions, you guys, or comments or issues that you're running into? Dominic.
I just wanted to piggyback on that. A few of us have, of course, we talk outside of the class, and we really like it when, like when Phoenix is in and she gives you a hand because she will like mute everybody and then you won't get interrupted like that. And she actually answers a lot of your questions in the chat.
Yeah, that's very helpful. And there's more certified partners that are going to be doing that. They pop in as they can, but they're actually busy too, doing their own businesses. We were very fortunate to have Phoenix when we did. But she's actually on staff with the Builderall company now. So she's really, really working hard to get the e-learning platform ready for the launch. And she's got, it's like 11 or 10 days now to get everything changed because it has to be done by a certain day. So for her, she's really time crunched, and I'm sure mentally crunched too, because when you've got all that going on, and you're trying to converse back and forth with people that don't even speak your language, it's actually very difficult. So I'm sure we won't have her for a while as she's tackling the e-learning and stuff like that. But occasionally we'll have certified partners jump in and they'll help. Now, does that mean I can't assign someone to do that? No, I may actually choose to go ahead and do that and see if I can get someone to mute. And you have so many different personalities here, you guys. And remember that some people, how do I say this nicely? I know that sometimes you feel like somebody's trying to talk over me, right? And what it is, have you ever seen that 5-year-old that they have a question and it kills them to not be able to ask it, right? Or they have something they're excited about and it absolutely kills them to not say it, right? Well, there are some people that's carried through to their adulthood, and they're so excited about what's going on, and they're getting tummy tickles, and their brain's about 600 miles an hour, and they just don't feel like they can wait to get that question or that comment out. That is not anything that is about me. It's about them, right? It's about them just being really excited about what's going on, and they don't have that self-control to slow down. So part of being a teacher here and being able to teach every kind of person, even that person, is that I have to help start to condition them to learn how to slow down a little bit. And that's hard to do. They don't start off that way. But if I did it immediately and said, look, you cannot jump in like that and ask questions like that. I've told you before, you got to wait. What that does is that takes out that safe zone of being able to learn, right? Because now they think, oh, crap, I just got jumped on by the teacher, and they're gone. They will jump out, and they probably won't jump back in. So we have to work on conditioning them, and it happens slowly. And that's part of teaching, right? And how do I understand this? Because I taught 9th and 10th graders. So they're all that way. Every one of them are that way. And you have to slowly teach them to be careful, slow down, think about the question, write it down. That's why I tell you guys about the parking lot and how to write your questions down. My 9th and 10th graders had parking lots as well. And all of that is a part of teaching. So that, just to tell you guys my methodology, I'm not ignoring them, and like I am allowing them to do that, but I'll say and do little things to help them understand that they can wait, and we'll work on waiting, but it doesn't happen immediately. You don't train them immediately. And what I want to make sure is that we have everybody feeling safe to learn in this environment. Okay, so we're always gentle about what we do, because it just takes one thing to make a person decide they don't want to do it anymore. And if it's because they're jumping in and being too fast and asking questions, is that a reason enough to jump on them and make them go away? It isn't, right? So that's my methodology, you guys, and that's how I operate, because I want everybody to feel safe to be able to learn in any one of my trainings. Now, having said that, we are going to have to take a much harder line when this class gets bigger, because that's just the way it is, right? I can't have 50 people in here and they all have the freedom to jump in and ask a question. So as we get bigger, it will change. And then you'll see the flow go a lot faster, because I won't be taking like any questions until the very end. So you guys just be patient with me, because I am working very, very hard on helping even the most aggressive of people that want to get in there and get their question asked. I'm working on them, helping them to learn to slow down and wait and ask those questions. But that's something that doesn't happen fast. Okay? There is a method to my madness. John, do you have a question or comment?
I do. All your classes are awesome, basically.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm definitely in favor of, like, no more than an hour and a half. 3-hour boot camps just kill me. I don't get anything done during the day.
Right. You're right.
Boot camp, I don't even feel like being at my computer. But is there a place, is there a place in Builderall where we can find all of our subdomains and our domains? Like, I know in Mail and Boss, there's, especially when you verify them, you have them there. Is there a place that we can find them and where our subdomains are, that we've created?
The only way that you can do that is if you do a search on the top bar. There's a search bar when you go to My Site List. And if you've got like .coms, then you just type in .com in the search, and it will find everything that's a .com. So your main domains and your subdomains. But that's really the only way you're gonna be able to do it.
I mean, we should have an area that we can go see what our domains that we've purchased from Builderall and the.
Oh, if you're talking about the ones, the ones that you purchased with Builderall, I don't think there's even a C panel yet. I know they've talked about doing a control panel, but I don't think it's there yet. But they're getting it.
Put that on the list.
Okay, I put it on the list. You got it. C panel. Got it. Elmar?
Just an informational side of all that regarding buying domains. The other day I was looking for a domain which was offered in, I think it was GoDaddy, as a premium domain for $800.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And then I said, let me check how much Builderall wants for it. And it was $11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because some domains you get are really, for example, I think the one I bought was companies.city for a directory, by the way. Yeah, and that is of course a very good domain. Companies.city is easy to remember, and it hits the point. So it's a premium domain, and GoDaddy offered it very expensive, and I got it in Builder or for a standard price.
Wow, that's good. I don't think I've ever tried that. That one that I bought with you guys the other day is the first one that I've ever bought for Builderall. So that was the first time I've been through that experience. And again, I use GoDaddy, but it's because I have no control over my actual domain inside of Builderall. Everything's already set up for me, and I don't have that cPanel. So for me, flipping domains, I have to have something where I have more control, so I can choose to transfer a domain to somebody if they bought it.
But can't you do that with Builderall as well? Maybe via the support area. I mean,
I'm sure we could do it with support. Yeah.
But that would be also a nice note to give it to the programmers that you have. That is really something I'm missing as well. That I cannot see my domains, and I don't know when is the year I bought them over, and if I perhaps want to put it somewhere else, I cannot do it. If I want to sell it, I cannot do it, or not easily. Yeah, that would be cool to have it.
All righty, I've actually got that down, so I will definitely check with the developers and see what they say about it. Okay.
By the way, you know, we found out the way how we can block IPs from certain countries.
Oh, good. So you can do that. Yes. Good.
Yeah, we found a way now. One of our programmers found it, and that is, if sometimes by legal reasons you cannot show certain videos in each country, you need to have that. Yeah, so it's possible.
Good. Yay. That's fantastic. So you need to actually put maybe a training together on that and offer it to Builderall people. Maybe charge $5 or $10 or $20 for it, and I bet you make some money.
Okay.
All right, guys. Today we're going to go and close out some loopholes and some things that just kind of maybe slipped through our fingers as we were going through the trainings. And a couple of them are really good. So I'm just going to take you through into MailingBoss, and we'll take a look at a couple of different things. The first one is a signature. When you want to do a signature on an email, that's actually really, really important. That's an important part of the end of your email, that footer part. So not only do you have to have your unsubscribe link for the CAN spam law, and you have to have your company details because of the CAN spam law, you can also add your signature under there. And I think it was maybe, I don't remember who it was, Gabriel maybe, that was talking about how important that signature is at the bottom, because you can put your links to other programs there as your signature. So I'm going to actually show you how you can do that in Builderall, in MailingBoss. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, just like that. And I am actually in my test account. This is Tabitha's account. And we're going to go ahead and go into MailingBoss right here. And then I'm going to access MailingBoss. And then from MailingBoss, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into campaigns, which is the email area. And I'm going to do the down button, and I'm going to choose custom tags. I'm going to create a custom tag. And in here, I don't have but just a couple of tags. One of them is Phoenix is awesome, because she is. And I'm just going to go ahead and create new. When I click that, I name my tag. So I'm going to call this the signature. And then for random, I'm going to say no, but this will allow you to put random things in here. I've never used it, so I don't know, how to do it. If you choose yes, I don't know what it randomizes, so I can't tell you for sure what it does. But I'm going to say no, because I don't want it to randomize what I have at the footer of my email. But then for the content, I'm going to put Shelly Turner, Builderall Diva, and then join Team Awesome at shellyturner.com/free trial. So that can be the bottom of my email, and I'm going to put http://www. There we go. So I've got a fully qualified domain name there. So that is my entire footer, right? Or sorry, my signature. So I can set that to go at the end of each of my emails. So I'm going to click Save Changes. There we go. And so now that's been saved. And now I'm going to go back to my email list and go to my sequences. And here's my Crushing Lies email sequence. So I'm going to go ahead and manage my campaign so I can go into each individual email. So there's the welcome email. I'm going to pause it first. And then I'm going to update. And I'm just going to open that in a new tab. And I'm going to get all the way over to where the email is at. There we go. So there's the email. And then right here, I've put my name. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to go to available tags. Don't go to the custom tags. That it's not there. It's actually in available tags. And I'm just going to scroll down. And these are usually all the way at the bottom. And there's that signature right there. So I'm going to click that. And that'll put in my entire signature for me. And all I need to do is click Save and Next. And then all of that information is correct. So I'm going to save and activate. So it's now activated. And I'm going to go back and do my second email sequence. I'm going to pause that one and then update that one. And again, I'm just going to save it next until I get to my email. And there's my email. I'm going to take out that signature. I'm going to replace it with the available tags, go all the way to the bottom and get signature and then save and next. And then save and activate. And now I've added my signatures to that email, and that email will send out and automatically put in whatever my signature is. So that's how you actually do the signature. Do you guys have any questions about that? No? David?
Is the link that you put in, is that pressable? Is it?
It's a fully qualified domain name, but I don't know if it'll show up as a clickable link. Yeah.
So you can't put you know the way on some of these things that they have the little thing source or whatever, you know, that you can actually make it a live link.
That signature, it's so very plain that it doesn't allow you to make it. You can't edit it and make it like a clickable link. And
right.
Like Gabriel was saying, can I put my picture in there? You guys saw now that it's just text lines that you can put in, and that's it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okie dokie. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. I want to show you another thing where you can create a template. So in Mail and Boss, there are many, many templates available. And to get to the templates, you just click over here in the menu. And right here are templates. And if you click the down arrow, there's a gallery. And that gallery has a bazillion templates. I mean, there's really a lot of templates here. And you can click any one of them to see what that template actually looks like. So this one just has a header. It's really not very special. This one right here, it's a pretty nice looking one. So you could choose to have that one. But whichever one that you like, let's say you really like that one, all you need to do is click the import button, and it's going to import it into your My Template area. So this is the My Template area, and you can get there by going to Menu, and then Templates, and then My Templates, and it goes to the same place, right? And here you can actually edit your templates, or you can create your own. So if you want to create your own, you just click Create New, and then you can put, make sure you name it. So this is Shelly's template, and I'm going to save my changes. And now I can edit this template to put in there whatever I want, including I can have my signature at the bottom. So Shelly Turner, Builderall Diva, join Team Awesome at HTTP. There we go. So I can have all that in there. And then I can put whatever text I want in there, or I can just take it out and have it so it doesn't have any text except for my signature in there. And then, of course, it's got the canned spam. Sorry, I just had a shock. Then it's got the canned spam stuff right there. And once you get it the way you want it, and you've got a couple of things you can do here, you don't have as many tools as you do when you're editing a regular email. You just got this right here, and then you've got some of the elements that you can add right here. But you can pre-make it and set it up however you want to, and then save your changes. And now we can actually pull that in as a template when we do emails. So if I'm going to create a new email, I can go here. I'm just going to do a regular email, and we'll create a new one. And I put all this information in. So Shelly is testing templates. I'm going to do a regular email. So what that means is it's not part of a sequence. It's a broadcast. It's called a broadcast outside of Mailing Boss, but inside it's a regular email. And what's going to happen is this email goes out one time on one date. That's it. It's a one-time shot. So I'm going to choose no sequence, and on the list, I'm going to send it to everybody that signed up for Crushing Lies. And no segments, no lead score, no tags, nothing like that. We're just going to go save and next. And then we're sending from Tabitha, and here's the verified email we're going to use, no reply, and all of that's ready. And the subject, Shelly is testing templates. And then we'll do save and next. And now we've got that editor that has a lot more capability. So we've got this right here. We've got the show plain text version. So we've got a few more things that we can do, also including the HTML editor. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually choose that template that I had. So I'm going to click right here, and there's my templates. So I'm going to choose this one, the Shelly's template. So I'll click that, and it pulls it forward. And now I've got my template that had whatever I put in there. This one, I put my signature in there. As you can see, there's extra space in between there. You can fix that with the HTML editor if you want to go in and fix that. And then you can start working on your email because you pulled in your template. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier to actually create emails. So you can create a template first. So I'm just going to put in there, hello, and I'm going to put the F name. And remember, you cannot do this to set up your template because these aren't available in there. So I'll find F name right there, and comma. And I'll put in there, I was testing the template capability in Mailing Boss. There we go. So I've got that email. And now what I'm going to do is, let's say that I'm done with it. I've got everything I need. I'm going to go to save and next. And remember, this is a regular email. So what it's going to ask me, instead of asking me, do you want to send this to future and current subscribers? Do you want this a blah, blah, blah? There's a few questions you normally have to answer if it's a sequence email. This one's a regular email. So what it's asking me is, what time do you want this to go out? So I'm going to go ahead and set it for today. And then we'll set it for, that sounds good, 1:36 or 1:35. And now this thing is going to go out. All of you guys should receive this email, right? All of you guys that signed up. So I'm going to click save and activate. And now it's actually, here's the email. It's part of Crushing Lies list, and it's pending sending. So, and regular emails, you cannot edit them once they've been sent. So once it goes past the time, it will not be able to be editable anymore. You can see right now I can pause it and possibly edit it. But once it's sent, it's like a done deal and you can't do anything with it anymore. It's like it's shut down. Okay, so that's a regular email. And you guys should be getting that. And it'll have my signature on there that I put in there from that signature area. right here in custom tags. Okay, so let me stop sharing and make sure you understand that. Got it? Claude?
Yeah, as you were doing it, I went back to crushingwise.com and had to send to a new email address, and the signature is not in the format. I'm looking at it, by the way, in Rainloop, and the signature, it has your name, but right next to it, to the right of it, is Builderall Even, directly to the right of that. So it's not stacked the way you.
Yeah, so it's not capturing the. Okay, let me write that down in my parking lot, and I'll let the developers know. Okay.
I just received that, Shelley, and it looks fantastic.
Yay.
So you got.
And it's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that might be just a function of Rainloop. I'll go back because Rainloop, I don't know, for some reason, everything is like, it looks like it's all in, a simple text document, right? Everything is way across the page. So I'll do it in Gmail next, and then I'll let you know how it comes out.
Great. That's fantastic. I've got it written down though, Claude, so I can test it too. Okay.
I've got it in Rainloop and it's fabulous, and I've got it in Gmail and it's fabulous.
Oh, great! Yay! That's weird that it's showing in Claude's one way and in Judy.
I'm special, Claude. I'm special.
Judy, you're gonna make me have to go buy a new laptop, Judy. Don't do this to me.
All right, Elmar, go ahead.
I'm sorry I could not attend the lesson yesterday, and I don't know. So therefore, my question might be not a real good one. Maybe you did that yesterday.
That's okay.
In some other lessons, you said or you mentioned that you can use your Gmail, which you have in general on your mobile phone as well, to send via Gmail loop emails, and the sender looks like the .com, whatever you have, and you can do that all via Gmail. I can do that with emails which I have on other hosting companies where I have my. Did you explain that how to do that? Would you have a chance to show that to us, or would that go too far now?
No. I've got that's called using the SMTP settings.
Yes.
Yeah, that simple mail transfer protocol. And we have those settings that you can use to port your email into another client. So I've got those as the resources for yesterday's. And I don't think I added yesterday to the replay area. So I'll make sure to add the SMTP settings. Let me make sure I've got it on my list. Yes, it is on my list to add the SMTP link, so that you guys can see those SMTP settings and how to set that up in your own client. Each one is going to be a little bit different. So if you're porting it over to Gmail, if you're porting it over to Hotmail, if you're porting it over to any other email client, the SMTP settings are a little bit different to get to, but the idea is the same. You have to change the outgoing mail server. You have to put in the incoming mail server, and then usually it's a specific port that it has to go through. And then you have to put your email address and your password in to be able to make it happen. And then what happens is the email now comes into your Gmail account, and then you can send out as well because you added the incoming and outgoing servers. So it looks like it's coming from like Rainloop, but it's actually coming in from Gmail. They just don't know because all they see is your domain.
I have been looking inside my Builderall Gmail areas in Rainloop, and I found no way how to do that.
I'll get it for you. No worries. You have to do the SMTP stuff. So it's actually a setup on the Gmail side, not on the Rainloop side. Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Any other questions, you guys? Go ahead, Claude.
I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm nitpicking, but it works fine in Gmail. And I mean, the signature, it looks great in Gmail, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So Rainloop, no bueno. So anyway, that's
no
not even. But my question is, when I signed up in Gmail, right? I had already done that yesterday at crushinglives.com. So it took me directly. Remember, you set up the page, you were already subscribed, but I still received the email. I still received the first email in that sequence that you. So is that the way it's supposed to be? It takes me to the page that you set up telling me, nope, don't worry about it, you're already subscribed, but I still get sent into that sequence.
So you got the sequence twice then?
Yeah, I got it twice. Even though I'm already subscribed, I'm getting that sequence as well.
Okay, now you shouldn't be getting that sequence again. So let me, I want to test that too and see why it's sending you the sequence twice, okay?
All right, I promise I'm going to shut up now.
No, look, this is all really important. You know, it's funny because we get complaints inside the Facebook groups occasionally where people are like, I hate Mailing Boss. It sucks. I don't want to use it. They just haven't been through the training to see that it's such a huge platform, what it can do. And there's going to be glitches. And believe it or not, when those issues come in, Shelly tests the heck out of them. And then whatever I can find that's wrong, I will forward it to the developers, and the developers fix it. So if they take a different approach and say, hey, I'm having this problem, can I submit it to the developers and be part of the solution? Not part of the problem, right? It would be amazing what we could accomplish in Builderall. It just stuns me that people jump in and complain. If you run into a glitch with Builderall, be part of the solution and submit it. Say, hey, I ran into this issue. Can I submit it to the developers? It will make our platform so strong because they're going to fix whatever we find.
Agreed.
That's right. Everybody's doing a thumbs up. That's right. That's right. That's fabulous. All right. Any other questions, you guys? All right, that's really all I wanted to show you about the rest of Mailing Boss. We've kind of closed the loop ends, right? The open ends. And we looked at the signature, we looked at templates, we looked at sending out a broadcast or regular email. So if you want just a single email to go out, you can set that up. So that was the last few things I wanted to show you. Remember that we've got so many things coming in Builderall 3.0. So get ready for that. That's going to be an incredible release. And we've got CRM coming for Mailing Boss. We've got better email, an email way to create emails. Let me try to spit that out. We're getting an email editor that's going to be better. I'm so excited about what's coming. I can't even say it. And then we've got the Canvas is out and ready to use. We've got chatbots. That's actually improved every day. One of my favorite things they added was the delay now, so you can delay how fast that thing rolls up. That's going to be good. We've got, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what all we've got. The magazine that's coming out. And if you guys have been to like the first or second day of the replay, I have the example of the magazine there so you can see what it looks like. They're still working on a couple of small issues that are like where it's overlapping, and they're fixing that right now. My IT guy, Rob, said, would you mind submitting the API break to the developers, please? Mr. IT Rob guy, I don't have a problem with the APIs breaking at all. So I'm not sure if maybe you might be doing the two opt-ins on different websites that are opting into the same list. That might be one of the problems. I'm submitting that issues to the developers probably today. But if you have two opt-ins that are going to the same list, but they're on different websites, there's sometimes crossover. They send to the wrong email confirmation page and to the wrong thank you page because it gets confused. So I'm not sure if that's an issue or not for you. That's the issue or not for you. But so Mr. IT guy says it's happened twice. So I have to see exactly what's happening to be able to really help you, because I have to just kind of see what's happening. So I can't really troubleshoot it, but if you need help, holler at me or get support involved. And if we're having a problem with the APIs breaking, I'll definitely see if I can figure it out. I've not had that problem at all. And what I do is I don't just do email using the opt-in form. I actually do email a couple of different ways, and I can show you something that's actually really cool. And that is that you can zap things out. So if you've used Zapier at all, you can actually go in and set up Zapier to be able to get those emails out and then do whatever you want with them once you get that email out of Builderall. So you can even bypass Mailing Boss and use this Zapier information to go into a different program. So if you've got something else that you want to send them to, you can. To give you an example of what I do with that is I have software as a bonus for people that join my team. And I don't tell them about my bonus. They have no idea they're going to get the bonus. I don't market that way. I'm like, come join my team because I have 52 bonuses for you. I don't tell them. They just get those after they join. And they go through a sign-up form that doesn't go into Mailing Boss. It actually comes out to Zapier. And when it comes out to Zapier, it sets out, I have it set up so it sets up all the accounts for them. And then it triggers an email to go out to tell them what the login URL is, what their username, what their password is. And then it sends them into a Mailing Boss subscriber list from Zapier. So I just did training on that not too long ago on how to do all of that. Not all of that, not setting up the accounts, but pulling it out and then sending it back in. So you can see those on Builderall USA. I believe I did it as a Tuesday night training. That is a really good intro course to how to use Zapier as well. And you can use Zapier for free, and you get 2-step zaps at no cost. And then if you need more Zapier juice because you need to do 3 steps to a zap or 4 steps to a zap, you can actually purchase a Zapier account and you can do more steps. But to pull it out and then send it where you want it to is actually just 2 steps. That's just 2 steps. What I do is about 10 steps because it has to do quite a bit. So I have to have one of the bigger Zapier accounts to be able to do that. But that's a really fun way to do those emails. You can send them out, process them however you want to, and then send them into Mailing Boss. Elmar?
How long do we have to wait until Builderall will take over all this Zapier stuff and do it, and that we can do it inside Builderall?
I don't think it's going to be long, actually. It's funny because Builderall has a Zap. So when you pull it out into Zapier, you can use the Builderall Zap to send it into Mailing Boss. So they have a Zap. It's really, really cool. So, but you actually don't need a Zap. If you don't want to use their Zap, you can do it a different way. So it's actually, you can get in there with those API keys, you can get in there. So anyway, that's another class. Tuesday night, look up Zapier and you'll start learning about Zapier, and that's a powerful tool to manage those people that sign up on your opt-in forms, to be able to pull them out and then send them into anything else that you want to. And like I said, my example is I use that information to send it out to set up accounts for their software automatically. So it's actually really cool. I don't do anything. A new person comes in, they get an email that says, check out the website that's right in the dashboard. So just to show you kind of what I did. In Mailing Boss, Tabitha is one of my people in Builderall. She's one of my team members. So right here in Builderall Business, we have a Team Awesome website, and only people that are in my team under me, any level, so it can be 25 levels down, they'll actually see it, and they can click on this. And when they click, they get into the Team Awesome website, and there's a welcome message right there. There's an area for new members to start and some resources, like what all the tools are, how to get traffic, how to build a website, what to do in the first 30 days, a link to the boot camps, because of course I want all my people going to the boot camps, and then a link to the tutorials and training. And then right here is the bonuses, and it's just a form, you guys. That's all it is. And this form actually sends out to Zapier. And I've got the first name and the email, so I can actually then send into a different list in Mailing Boss, I can do whatever I want with this information once they fill it out. So they have access to be able to get into this website and then fill out that form to be able to get their bonus software. And that's just the team website that's right inside of Builderall. All you guys can do that. That's not just a Shelley thing. That's an anybody thing. So if you wanted to put a team website together and then have that website in the dashboard for your team, everybody under you, that's a paid member, you can talk to Builderall support about it and they will help you make that happen. So it's really cool.
Wow. Where is Tyree when I need him?
That's a wow. Yes. Wow. I think there's only a couple of people that are using that feature. And it is a good feature because you can imagine I can get my new users really on board quick with my information and my training. So you guys can do the same exact thing. Yep, it's not a secret. You can do the same exact thing.
Shelley, look, this whole 7-day boot camp was worth it just to hear you talk about that.
Good, yay. That's fabulous. All right, guys, any other questions about email marketing and setting up stuff in Mailing Boss? Any questions? Go ahead, Madeline.
I have a question from yesterday.
Okay.
I purchased a domain from Nameseek, and then I was going to point it to Builderall, and I did the changes you did, and then I went to the DNS checker, but nothing is happening. So it's all red crosses.
So so when you move a name, when you change the name servers, it can take from 24 to 48 hours. GoDaddy has always been really fast for me. They've been super duper fast. It's usually within an hour that I have all of the domains, all of the areas, the DNS checkers, all of them have been propagated to. But that's not normal. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, because I checked like an hour after, and then some were green checks, but now it's nothing.
So check it again. Just keep checking it, and if after 48 hours you do not have all of those checks that you're supposed to have, it may mean that you did something wrong putting the name servers in. Maybe you missed a letter, something. So double check that really good, because one little mistake and it's not going to happen. So double check, triple check, quadruple check to make sure it's exactly right.
Okay. I noticed yesterday you put that name server 3 and 4. I have 1 and 2 at my other domain. What's the difference?
The difference is if you choose a regional server, like if you're in North America and you choose the North American server, then it's going to have a different name server to point to.
So that's the 1 and 2 then.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other? Elmar, did you have a question or comment?
Just something was what Madeleine said to add some information here. I generally have my domains in GoDaddy, but I also have an Irish hoster for certain reasons. And when we try to get a domain from this hosting company or registrar to Builderall, we have problems doing that. And I had to contact the support, and they neither didn't know why it doesn't work. So we tried it in 2 ways. So canceled it, and then first the name service, and then connect the domains. And that was not good. The better solution was first connect the domain inside Builderall. So domain you still have at the other registrar. You go to Builderall and connect it with your website. Once that is done, then you go to your registrar and change the name service. Because the answer here inside was, in this special case, that the system said we cannot find the domain, as the domain was not yet connected. So first I changed the name service and waited a little bit, and then the domain, but that didn't work. It had to go the other way around. Maybe special situation, maybe just in my case.
That's a very special situation, because when you point the name servers towards Builderall, there's not supposed to be any action. It's not supposed to say, oh my God, it's not there, I can't point that direction. Right? It's just supposed to point that direction. And then after that, then you set up your connection to your website. I've never seen it where you point name servers towards something and it says, I'm sorry, I can't point that direction. There's not a website there.
No. It could do it. It also everything was fine. But as I first changed the name service and then later on connected the domain, then I don't know where it was, but it said the domain is not able to be connected. It doesn't work. I think inside the registrar it was said. And then we did it the other way around. So I canceled the complete action, and we tried to do that together with the support. So it's something they took serious. It's not a funny.
Yeah.
And then we first connected the domain to Builderall, and then I went to the registrar and changed the name service, and that worked. So just in case, that happened only one time to me, and I've connected about 10 domains already. Yeah. All the other ones are at GoDaddy. It's always smooth and fine and easy. But if you have such a problem, then maybe that is the better way how to try it. First connect the domain and then wait a little bit, maybe 1 hour, and then change the name service. Just.
Yep. I would definitely, if there's any issues at all, just contact support and they can help you. Every once in a while, DNS is a tricky thing to deal with. And there's a lot of things that happen when you are asking for a website. And it goes through a lot of steps that happen so fast that we never actually see it. But if there's a snafu anywhere in that process, it won't connect. So you definitely have to call support so they can do all their little troubleshooting that they do to see why it's not connected correctly. So Madeline, if you do continue to have issues, just make sure to contact support, and they can use all kinds of neat tools like that DNS checker. That's one of them they can use. There's also a Whois, which is another great tool. And then there's some more tools that they can use, traceroute and ping and all kinds of neat stuff to be able to see what's happening with that domain and why is it not connected. Okay. Any other questions, you guys? All right. Claude, you got a question or comment? No, he's like, no, I'm done.
I'm sorry. I was just apologizing because my mic wasn't muted. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I've heard the funniest things when people forget to do their mic. So it's actually kind of fun sometimes. I've also experienced with the cameras. I think I've shared this with you guys before. We've had people that have come in like mostly naked into where the camera is because they don't realize that like their spouse has got the camera on. So we've had quite the shows. I mean, we've had good enough shows that we thought we needed to pay money for it. So but it's always a hoot nanny when you're doing these. But really, that's all I have to tell you guys. Do you have any questions about some of the stuff that's coming in the 3.0 launch? Because we've got so much coming, and I want to make sure that we've got any questions answered about that too.
So the question I have is CRM. CRM is definitely included, yes?
CRM is on the table, but what's going to happen is whatever is not ready by June the 1st will not be officially released on July the 4th. And I'm thinking CRM may not be ready yet because I haven't even been able to beta test it yet. And if we're not beta testing, that means it's not in there. So they're working on it, they're developing it, but I hate to say this, I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but it may not be able to be released by July the 4th. We've had the releases where they weren't ready to be released, but we've talked about them so much, we went ahead and released them, and that wasn't a good idea. So they're doing way better now at testing things. It's still not where it needs to be, but it's way better than it was before. Testing things, making sure it works, and getting it out there as a good product to be able to have the users use. So as much as we want that CRM, we all do. I want it yesterday. But it may not release on 3.0. And if it doesn't release on 3.0, it won't be far after there that it will be released.
Okay, thank you.
Regarding the directory builder.
Yes.
Because the point is that when you try to, and we are going more and more away from promoting Builderall as something you can make money with, you know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the point is, how can we get real clients? I mean, those people who run companies and really have a website and need a better one and need to learn about email marketing, because most of the small and medium business owners have no idea of that, right? Nobody.
Mhm.
Okay, now, so when we go to those small business owners and we tell them we would like to talk with you about making a new website and email marketing, stuff like that, then the general answer is, thank you, we are happy with what we have by. Yeah, it's very difficult because 10 people a day approach to sell that to them. Yeah. So they are fed up with it. Also, in addition, they are fed up with talking about that because they hate it as they have no idea of it. That's the only part inside their company they cannot control. They depend on webmasters, which are sometimes not available and cost a lot of money and don't bring profit, and so on, right? Now, when the way we did go, and that's why I will pose my question, is that we set up directories in which you can put in third-party companies. So the company from any person, right? So you put the company into the directory, and then you go there to the owner and tell him, look, your company is here in this directory, and I'm here to check together with you whether the information which is in here about your company is correct. What? Because at that moment they are interested. And then you tell them, well, this directory is about SEO that you get forward in Google. They know Google, and forward in Google is the same. Also, they know it, and they are interested into that. And then you can say, well, maybe your website is in Google in the top position. Let's check that. And then they see that they are not. And then they are ready to talk to you. So then you have the entrance to sell Builderall, right? So therefore, directories, and maybe just local in your own city and maybe just specific for a certain field of business, are the ideal way how to open the doors, how you get in contact in a talking situation with a potential new real client. Okay. So my question is, do you know, because the directory, I was yesterday in the ambassador meeting with Eric Salgado, and he said that he will, it was Friday, sorry. And he said that the directory software will be available on the 4th of July.
That's what he said. That's what he said. But I've not seen it yet. And I'm a beta tester. So all I can tell you is if it's not ready by June the 1st, then it will not roll out on July the 4th. And if I haven't seen it yet, that means it may not quite be ready. Now we're in, let's see, it's, what is it, May the 5th? So they have about, what, 25 days, 26 days to get it done and get us developing it, testing it and playing with it. So that's still enough time that they could get it out to us and we can test it. But if it's not ready by June the 1st, it will not roll out July the 4th.
So that's also mean you have no idea what kind of basic features there will be.
I have no idea yet. No clue. And I won't know until I get to jump in there and kind of play with it. Eric wants these things ready. I want these things ready. You want these things ready. But want isn't equal to software, software development. And these guys have to develop the code. And they're actually, I've dealt with a lot of software developers before, and they'll tell you in a minute, oh yeah, it's going to be ready tomorrow. What that means is multiply it times 3. So if they give you an ETA date, you say, and they say 2 weeks, you multiply it times 3, and that means 6 weeks, right? That's software development speak. That's how you kind of interpret that. So this is just a directory is big. Directory is very, very big. And to think that it's going to be able to be done by June the 1st, and I haven't even seen it yet, that's a lot, right? I haven't seen the CRM yet. That's a lot. I've seen the e-commerce, and that's huge. I'm even wondering if that's going to be ready by June the 1st to be able to roll out by July the 4th. So all I can tell you is it is all coming. There's no doubt about it. It is all coming. But to give you like guaranteed dates or I guarantee this is going to be coming out July the 4th, I can tell you what I'm worried about and not quite sure. And that's the CRM, not quite sure. The Magento 2, the e-commerce, I'm not quite sure. That's a big one. And then the directories, I'm not quite sure. Everything else, I'm very sure. But those three are the ones that I'm real hesitant to say, yep, we're going to have it by July the 4th. Does that make sense?
The directory should have at least 3 features. And maybe you could give that to the software developers.
Mm-hmm.
First is that they should be able to create a short and a long description of the company. A short and a long description is needed. And the second is picture gallery is important, of course. Nice would be if they could implement videos from YouTube where they can upload them and then embed them. Yeah. And the third very, 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 very important point is that they should be able to broadcast news similar to a blog, but these news have to be attached to their account so that you can see their latest news in their account.
Okay.
Because what you can do then, and we tried that with a directory we built ourselves, but it takes years and it costs so much money to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So much, it's so expensive, even with good people, because it's a huge thing if you build it from scratch. The point is when then any private person, so people like you and me, we are searching in general for category and location. So for example, when you are somewhere in a city you don't know, or even in your own city, and you search for something, then in general you search for category and location. Mm-hmm. For example, for a butcher in a district of your city. Mm-hmm. When they set up their account, the system should give us the possibility that we ask for first category. What is your category? And they can put in anything, butcher, car dealer, whatever. Yeah. Second, your location and then your name. Out of that, the title should be created because then the title is SEO relevant. Mm-hmm. All right. So category, location, company's name. That together gives the H1, the header, the title. That is very good for the Google search results. When we then teach them how to do the short description, they should repeat the header, which has been created by these 3 fields in the form, in a short description, which again have the keywords. Then, and this should be very similar to the meta description, which should be automatically created for Google. Then that is very good for the SEO. And the long description should have also the possibility to have header 1, header 2, and normal text blocks. And we should teach the people how to do the long description regarding keywords. Now, the same thing you should be able to do with the post. So for example, you have a certain kind of stick, which is called Xata Roxa stick. And when you search then Xata Roxa stick is a category. It's not a company anymore, but it's a certain product you want to buy, plus location. And they have that added to their profile, a kind of blog post with this title. Then the companies can be also be found by products they are offering and describing here. And that is a huge thing. You can imagine when once you have that running and you show that to a company owner, to a small, medium business owner, look what your neighbor is doing and how that works for him. And they also want it.
Yeah, and what Elmar is talking about is what a directory actually does. When you've got a directory, there may be a few people that don't understand what a directory is. But let's say that I live in Batesville, Mississippi. That's where I live. It's a small town of about 20,000 people. And we've got a lot of businesses here in Batesville. So I could buy the domain like batesvillebusinesses.com, okay? And then on batesvillebusinesses.com, I can have a directory of all the businesses that are in Batesville. And I can have them categorized. I can have them organized in certain ways. And then everybody in Batesville will find, because of SEO, that will rank high if they're looking for a specific business in Batesville. For example, just the other day, I typed in plumbers, Batesville, Mississippi. It came up with like no local plumbers. So that would be a huge thing for me to do a directory for Batesville. It's obviously needed. So my directory site would be SEO optimized. So if somebody did type in plumber Batesville, Mississippi, my directory would pop up and it would have the plumbers in Batesville, Mississippi. So my link for that for my site would pop up. So it has incredible opportunity for anyone to build a big website first, but business related, so that I could go in and go to the yellow pages. I don't even think we have yellow pages anymore. I'd have to do it on the internet, but actually find all the plumbers in Batesville and pre-create their pages for them. This is what Elmar's talking about.
And then there's one very important point. Now, how you can sell build all, once you create such a directory and you have it, and you either can go directly out to the people, sell them that, help them to create a profile, help them to fix their Facebook site. Most of them have no idea about that. And then you can talk about build all and they will listen to you. Another interesting thing is when you talk to plumbers, they will tell you, oh, we have so many clients. That is true, but they have one problem. Most of their clients just have little problems like dropping water somewhere, and fixing that is, they lose a lot of time, but they don't earn a lot of money. So they are much more interested, for example, in repairing water heating machines. You know what I mean? So where you heat your water with gas or whatever, if they don't work anymore, right? So as you said before, Shelly, plumbers, city, Mississippi, that is one way how they want to be found. But the other way they would like to be found is repairing water heater in the city in Mississippi, because that is also a category, but it is a certain job which has to be done for consumers who have a broken machine and need that fixed, right? And those plumbers who are then in the top Google results via your directory, they get the profitable situation because they are shown up and the other ones not. And right. That's the point. So if you use a directory to give them this opportunity, you become for these people Santa Claus. That is for something they instantly understand, something they instantly want. And once you have them on that point, then you can easily talk about build all and sell the whole thing. Even you can build a website for them.
So that was a freebie, you guys. That was a freebie you got. Even though this is an email marketing class, you got a freebie lesson on what a directory is and what's coming to Builderall, so that you can understand the power of that directory and what you can do with it. And when directory services come, I have 2 VAs. They will be working hard on getting my directory together for Batesville, Mississippi, for Oxford, Mississippi. Oxford is where Ole Miss is at, and there's a lot of business potential there. So I'll actually be building those. And of course, all of it will hopefully be able to get me leads, and I'll have my email list built from it. There's a lot of stuff that happens with the directory. And
the last thing, I know it's too much I'm talking, but that is the last thing. It is very important that we have the feature that someone can sign up with his own company, but also, that is very important, that you can sign up as consumers, just normal person, a third-party company. Because that's the way how you can sign up the company of this person who runs the company over there from the street. First, you put the company into the directory, then you go there and say, look, can we check that together? That is your way to open the doors. It is so easy. And then you really can sell Builderall much easier than these typical approaches we all have here on the internet with online marketing. And it's a very
right. So what Elmar's saying is, if there's a directory created, right? I create the directory, but King George comes in and says, wow, Shelly's got a great directory. There's a store over here that needs to be in that directory. I'm going to put it in. And then I'm going to go to that store and say, hey, you can get into this directory. And by the way, I can help you work on your website. I can help you work on this. I can help you work on that. So you'd be using that directory as a doorway to open it up and get into that business and sell them other products while you're giving them that directory entry as well. So it is a really neat plan, and it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. Judy.
So that's the directory. the CRM, if I said to you, what's your CRM and what does it do?
The CRM for Builderall is, if you don't know what those letters mean, a lot of people don't, that's customer relationship management. And what it allows you to do is collect more data on the customer so you can work harder creating a relationship with them. Now, I haven't seen our CRM yet, so I don't know how powerful it is and what it can do, but I've set up many, many CRMs for businesses. And there's low-end CRMs and there's really high-end CRMs. The low-end CRM is usually you're getting minimal information, like you may collect a birthday, a wife's name, and you're able to process that information in some kind of way so that if you put a birthday in there, you can set it to look at that date of that birthday and send out a email based on the date of that birthday. So you can say, happy birthday. So everybody on your list is going to get a happy birthday message on their birthday, right? That's one thing that is in some CRMs. Another thing is just increased analytics. So when you're talking about collecting pure raw data, we're talking about if they hit this page, then mark them as hitting this page. If they get on that page and they stay for 20 minutes, I want it marked that they were on that page for 20 minutes. And now you're going to be able to pull that information and see exactly where your people have been, how long they were there, what they did they push this button, did they push that button? And you're going to be able to create a situation where you can create analytics to see what's happening with your customer, and whatever they're doing or not doing, make everything better, right? So if you've got a page that's in your funnel and somehow they're all bailing out on that page and you never see them go to the next page, then something's wrong with that page, right? That funnel, there's something wrong on that page, and there's something you got to do to try to keep them harder. So that's what a CRM does. It helps you make decisions and create a relationship with your customer based on an increased amount of data that you can collect on them.
Okay, I just wanted to know how you do it over there. Over here in Australia, I've had several businesses myself, and I used to sell CRMs for another company. And we have a women's expo here every year. We've got one coming up soon. And the last one I went to, I wasn't in Builderall, of course, but talking to people that are small business owners who are working really, really hard doing their craft. They don't necessarily know how to do the business side of it.
That's
so
true.
The last time I went, there was probably, I don't know, over 100 people in their little cubicles talking to all of them. And I think I got, if I can remember now, I think I got 36 people who were interested in having some sort of system where they could communicate with the customers they already have so they could get more customers. So the customers you have are the best place to start to get a new customer.
That's true.
So that to talk to someone about that side, they're more, well, they were very interested. But if you started talking about you have a directory and you have this and people can search for that, it goes straight over their head and they go, no, I'm too busy.
They'll be like, what?
It depends on who you're talking to and where they are in the computer land. There's a lot of people that start out in a small business. You're lucky if they've got a computer to go online and pay their bills, you know, and you say, oh, well, you can do this. And if you say, oh, you can do this and this and this, and they go, oh, well, no, I haven't got time for that. So for small business people, even if they've had their business for a couple of years, you've got to be careful what you put in front of them.
That's so true. Their eyes kind of glaze over, right? Yeah. And they're not listening anymore. They're in their happy place, and they don't want to hear anymore. So the way you have to approach these people is you have to approach them with the solution to the problem, not necessarily how to set up the problem. And that's the hard part for me, especially because I'm the teacher, right? I want to go in there and teach them everything I'm doing, but the reality is I've had to.
On the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good point. It's a really good one.
Even just asking, and I was quite surprised myself when I went to the last one because I was talking to one of the ladies and just chatting and, oh, how long have you been in business? And, oh, you know, whatever. Oh, it looks fantastic and sounds like you really like it. It's great. I said, how do you keep up with all your customers? She goes, oh, I've got these cards. And I go, oh, I used to have those. They drive you nuts, don't they? Yeah, they do. So I've got this really great system now where I can put them into a system and they're all in the one place and I can send the same email out to all of them if I've got a special on. And she went, really? And I went, yeah. Would you be interested? It's not the time to talk to you now. You're busy, but I'll take your email and I'll, catch up with you later. Well, that's how I got 36 people. And they all came on board because I didn't give them everything. I just gave them that because I know that's an issue with small business people, even plumbers. If a plumber is a great plumber and he's working for someone else and then he goes, no, I can do this myself. Yes, he can do the plumbing, but can he do the business? So,
and here's what Elmar was saying that I think slides into kind of what you're saying, because when you talk about a directory, and correct me if I'm wrong, Elmar, but you're not really going to walk in and go, let's do this directory, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and get all technical. You can just walk in and say, hey, there's this directory. You need to be in here so you can get more customers. Let me help you fill this out. And all I need is a little bit of information from you, and we can get you set up and ready to go. And if they say yes, then you do what you said you were going to do, but you're in the door. So when you have that opportunity, you can then offer them your website services or your whatever. And it's as easy as you're working with the directory to get it set up and getting the information from them, you can say something, and I've done this many times. Oh, I saw your website. I'd be willing to work on getting you a better website that can get you some more leads, right? So that's an opening, and you just kind of keep it as simple as possible, because you're right. If you go in and say, I've got this product and it's got this thing and that thing, and this is how it works, and that's how it works, they just go, they're blind and deaf really quick.
And also, if you go and tell someone that what they've got you can do better, that's not good either.
That's true too.
That's not good either, because they think what they've done is really good. Yeah,
I have done that though. I've gone in I did a restaurant. I walked into a restaurant and I said, dude, I need to redo your site because your site is really, really bad. And luckily he took it well, and I was able to redo his site. But I think he was in agreement, and he was one of those that I just lucked up because that was the exact right thing to say at that moment for him. He was like, you're right. I hate my website developer. He didn't do anything I wanted. Let's flip it over and I'll let you do it. And he said, I don't even care what it looks like. Just get something up that's different than what this guy did. So it was the right thing to say at the right time, but that's not always the right way to approach them. That's for sure. Elmar, go ahead.
The interesting thing is, seriously, that since about 10 years, believe me or not, since about 10 years, nothing, but really nothing has changed to this subject. 10 years ago, we went to small business owners, and we started at that time with directories. And they had no idea about building website, Facebook, Twitter, no idea at all. Same is today. Go to your city, check out their websites, look at their Facebook sites, look how they use it. It's completely wrong. They have no idea, and they know that. And they hate it, because the problem for them is to own a company, you need to control it if you want to run it successfully. So you need to know how to control each part of it. And they can do that normally. If you're a plumber or if you have a restaurant, they can put the chairs where they want if the waiter doesn't do it, because they know how to do it. But in the internet, on the internet, they have no idea, and then they hate it. And they say, we do that tomorrow or next week, over next week. So if you then go there and start talking with them about internet presence, Facebook, website, and so on, they say, out. I don't want to see you. I hate you guys. If you just say, look, someone put your company in here, and can we check whether the text is right? And what is that for? To get in Google upwards and the better search results. That is what they understand, and maybe the only thing. And that is also what they want. And therefore, it is so good to work with directories. And therefore, I would be so happy if we finally had them in Builderhall. Because developing it on your own site costs so much money. It's awful. It's killing.
Yeah, we will absolutely get directories. Again, I don't know if it's going to be by July the 4th, because I can't really, in my mind, say definitely, right? So I loved David. He made a remark. I have to admire your honesty yet again, Shelley. The thing is, I know software and I know developers, and I'm lucky enough to have had that experience that I can be maybe a little bit more honest about it because I understand how it works. So my suggestion is anytime you hear something from Eric where he says, oh, it's going to be ready in a week, multiply it times 3. And then you won't be disappointed if it's not ready in a week. That way you can kind of rock on with it and it's going to be okay. And if it comes in within those 3 weeks, it's golden, right? We're golden, and you're not mad that it wasn't ready in a week. So multiply everything times 3, and you're more likely to get a good result and be happy. And that's the software rule. That's the Shelley software rule. All right, guys, I think if we don't have anything else, I'm going to let you go for today. This has been a fabulous 7 days. Thank you guys so much for being here and sticking with it. We had some long boot camps for sure this time, but email marketing is definitely challenging for sure. And setting everything up and making sure you're getting into that inbox is one of those things that I absolutely wanted to make sure that you guys understand how to do. And hopefully now you understand it a little bit better and you have mastered this technique and you've actually seen it work, right? You've seen a brand new domain, brand new email with no reputation, and you saw how we sent it out. And then we are learning how to condition that one so that we can get it received, get a link clicked, and get it whitelisted so that you can get your reputation up. And soon I should be able to send out from that domain, and I should hit the email box a lot, right? Probably 80-90% of the time I should hit that inbox. So I'll continue to condition this and continue to make that domain better. And then that domain, you guys have helped me to increase the reputation. Thank you very much. Because we are actually going to be doing a real retreat with that domain and teaching people about the crushing lies that they have to deal with when they start a business. And they're not really lies. They can overcome them easily. So that's the whole point of that email. And you guys have been a part of helping me get that reputation up so that when we do release the emails to everybody, they'll get into the inbox. So thank you so very much for your contribution. And I hope that you had a great time. I'm getting some good messages in the chat. So thank you again very much. And remember, in 1 week, we'll be doing another boot camp on Fiverr. And I cannot wait for that one because that one is a fun one to do. And I've been on Fiverr. I've made good money off of Fiverr. And it's funny because $5 a job, you're thinking that's not very much. But the key is get in there and do a bunch of jobs so you can charge a higher amount. That Fiverr rewards you after you've done a certain number of jobs, and they'll allow you to actually do more jobs and charge a higher amount. So you start off at $5, but if you want this feature, you got to pay 10. If you want this feature, you got to pay 20. So I'm going to show you guys how to do all that, and we're going to have a fun time while we do it. Okay?
Inspiration. Right. It's called inspiration, Shelley, and you give it in tons. Inspiration.
Thank Brilliant. You, Dave. So much.
I just made. I had an idea at the start of this boot camp, and I made a website. Would you believe?
Yay!
Well, I haven't got it all done. I should show it to you because it's. You see, people. We don't realize this tool is so handy. You can just do it like that. Can I just show you quickly?
Yeah,
I know it's not for sale or anything yet at the moment, right? But I just put it together and let you just see what I did. Can you see it?
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Look at that! Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yay! Oh my gosh!
No, I haven't got all the writing done, the text done, but it's basically ready to go.
Just it's very nice.
You know,
David, that's the next one.
It's so simple, lads. It really is. 10. What were we on? What, 5 o'clock? An hour and a half. And that was just messing around. Like I have some of the text done, but some of it here done as well. Like there are things like it's going to be for the capsules. You know, the capsules or pods as you call them.
Yeah, like the K-cups.
Yes, yeah. And you can put in whatever you want and just put a few links into it. Eventually, what I'll do is down at the bottom, I'll probably take out this and put in the couple of Amazon links in there with an image of it, and just see, hey, what the heck, if it makes a couple of bob at the end of the month, isn't it great? But
yes,
that's what I'm trying to say is,
I've learned, David, that a couple of bob, if you multiply that times a couple of hundred websites or a couple hundred apps, a couple of bobs per ends up being a lot of money.
Fact, yeah. But no, it's all inspiration. It's all coming from you, girl, and I have to say thank you very, very much for it, and everybody else. You know, everybody's adding to it. This is the whole beauty about this boot camp, right? You learn something from Judy. You learn something from everyone. Claude, Shuana, Elmer, Hadassah, Ken. Your thumbs up gives us great inspiration as well, you know, and that's what it's all about, you know. And John, you know, everybody has put in something to it, and I admire every single one of you. Well done, lads. Everybody should take a bow.
Awesome. Yes,
thank you.
Yes.
Thanks to everybody.
And also, remember my teaching mantra, guys. I could be the sage on the stage where I'm the only one that gets to speak and I'm the only one that gets to share information, but that gets old after a while, right? It just gets old. But I love being the guide on the side, which means I'm going to guide you, but we're beside each other. I'm not above you. I'm not anything like that. We are side by side. And that means that I get to teach you what I know. And if you want to contribute, you can contribute as well. And I love that style of teaching the best. So that's the kind of teacher I'm always going to be. And I love the fact that you guys contribute every single time. I love that. So I want to definitely honor that as well, because you guys are just as awesome as I am.
Shelley, we need a Shelley Turner copied to each language. So a Japanese Shelley, a Arabic one, a French one, Italian one. I tell you, it all will grow much faster. So tell Eric.
Who knows how to clone people? Does anybody know how to clone people?
Yeah,
clone Shelley.
Hey, if you do that,
just change the language. That's it.
Listen, if you do that, Elmer, if that happens, Shelley's cash register will be going off so much in the background, we won't be able to hear anything. So I don't know if that's such a good idea, buddy.
Yeah, she'll have to share it all with us.
And then imagine you have a real meeting somewhere, you know, such an Everest meeting, and there are 3 Shelleys. And every Shelley
you got that VR, Shelley. You might want to look into some translations. But listen, thank you. I want to say thank you as well. I just want to say this really seriously, because this thing is so vast that we do, right? Yes. Trying to figure it out and put it all together and connect all the dots. And when you have that aha moment, right, which certainly wouldn't occur. I've had one this week, and it would not have occurred were it not for this boot camp, right? Which just makes me more motivated to just attend every boot camp and dig into every training that I can. But it's just such a blessing. It really is such a blessing to learn from you and everybody else here. I'm getting a lot of help from people in this small group of people alone, right? Making good connections with people. I mean, Dominic, David, listen, I really appreciate you guys. I gotta run, but I really, really appreciate you guys. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Great. And I'm gonna let you guys go too. Y'all have a fabulous rest of the weekend. And remember, I'll see you again in a week for Fiverr Boot Camp. And then, of course, all the regular training that happens during the week will happen. Yes. So check your event calendar to see all the regular trainings.
See you Tuesday. Everybody, see you Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Tuesday evening. All the best. Take care. Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.